of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks everybody for being here. I'd like to make a motion to, I trust everybody's had a chance to look at the minutes from September 11th and special meeting, which was, Jessica, what is that?
It was September 4th and September 11th was the.
Yes.
Make a motion.
We got a first by legislator Walpole, second by legislator Holtz. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries, thank you. Moving on to resolutions. GC 5, resolution creating budget modification for additional hours for Department of Motor Vehicles. I'll move it. First by legislator Holtz, second by legislator Walpole. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries. I'll make a motion to approve PS3, PS4, and PS6 as a block. First by legislator Walpole, second by legislator Perez. Discussion? Favor? Opposed? Carries, thank you. Human Services, I make a motion to, I would accept the motion to move HS1 through HS7 as block. First by legislator Walpole, second by legislator Lockwood. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Carries. Moving on. PDP. Make a motion to accept the motion to PDP 1, 2, and 3 as block. First by legislator Halls. Second by legislator Wilmot. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Carries. Thank you. HB1, resolution authorizing budget modification to early intervention, other fees and services. First by legislator Lockwood, second by legislator Walpole. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Carries. On to infrastructure. Accept the motion with IT1 through IT9. Oh, I'm sorry. IT1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. First by legislator Walpole. Second by legislator Holtz. Any discussion? All in favor? Carries. Thank you very much. On to F&P. Resolution amending professional services contract, RFP 23, CKLEG 001, grant consulting services. This is to increase the project for the grant consultant services from 50 to 100,000. This is for our Silkhurst project and other projects that we have going on. First by legislator Walpole, second by legislator Lockwood. Any discussion? All in favor? Carries, thank you. FP2, resolution awarding professional service contract, Human Resource Department, Medicare Advantage Services. This is for the rechange program with the Medicare Advantage Services. This is going to keep more providers in the network for our employees. First by legislator Holtz, third legislator Walpole, second by legislator Holtz. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Carries, thank you. I do believe in front of you all, we've had a few walk-ons. We will go to FP3, resolution authorizing budget modification, treasurer's office tax assessment refund payment. I'm going to defer to explain this a little bit.
Yeah, it's just that, we need to sell the budget line so we can pay the taxes to the properties. We cannot sell it, auction, usually we sell them all, so this year we have some, we kept over from many other uses, and school tax came due. The other thing was a lot, I actually, for the Swindle Harbor, the decision came down, a court order, pay that came down, and then as soon as we pay it, you know, I pay.
Got a first by legislator Walpole, second by legislator Bartlett. All in favor? Any opposed? And on to FP4, resolution waiving civil service testing fees for 2026. I got a first by legislator Walpole, second by legislator Walmart. Spoke with Julie about this. We're going to continue this for 26 and revisit in 27. New York State has waived the fees for 27 also. We're going to revisit it next year. I have a first and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? There's, thank you very much. FP5, resolution authorizing budgetary modification to the service department. This is,
Yeah, so this is regarding unemployment pay, so apparently they were higher than they expected, so there's no, actual change in the money, we're just moving it from one account.
and I did speak with Julie about this. It was an unanticipated jump in, but, yeah. First by legislator Walpole, second legislator Halls. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Carries, thank you. And FP6, resolution authorizing professional services contract, Human Resources Department, Civil Service Records Management.
So this is our current, provider for our civil service management system, pretty much the only one who works without different counties, been great, like, everything else is like it's building ground up. How effective and what we're.
First by legislator Halls. Second by legislator Walpole. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Carries. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Committee review and decisions. I believe Tony had something on this.
Set salary?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you give us the
We're
just for Appleman, I don't have that. Yes,
Oh, that's.
the other desk, sorry. Right, because I thought Tony reached out to you yesterday on this.
yeah. So you and,
Oh, Betsy, did you talk to Betsy about this?
yeah, my secretary.
Oh, okay.
I'm not to go on record and say that I personally spoke with them.
Right, no, that's fine. All right, so I didn't know about this.
Okay.
Tony, give us a breakdown, please.
So we have a candidate that we would like to have set salary for a new assistant district attorney at grade 70, step 26. He has 23 years of experience. He has criminal law prosecution and defense, seasoned attorney in trying felony and misdemeanor cases, and also a very extraordinary background in forensic science. A huge asset to our office as court, as you may know or may not know, that forensic science is a huge component of our prosecutions now, whether fingerprinting, digital evidence, DNA, fill in blanks. This individual has a lot of experience and actually spent a couple of years just being specifically a resource attorney for forensic science. Number of committees from New York City. I don't know if once he takes prosecutor job, he'll be on our FASD committees and NIFTY committees and not take the other sites. But he's a great asset. And I did run this by HR in advance of the Kansas.
I spoke with Julie about it. I didn't know that this was, so, accept a motion to approve by legislator Walpole, second by legislator Lockwood. All in favor? Any opposed? Carries, moves. Very good. On to reporting departments. Thank you for being here. Jessica.
So I have a total or anything else going on other than like drop over. We have the badge access for auditing that.
Thank you. Administrator Church.
Good afternoon. I gave you 3 items. One is the monthly report. Just like this. There's a lot in there, but I'll just touch on a couple of things. We're working on the 26th budget. All the budget meetings with all the departments are completed. We're getting back with the departments as we identify possible changes. The Treasurer's Office calculated the tax cap, as they do every year. The maximum that we can increase the tax levy to comply with the cap is $560,000, 1%. So it's a difficult budget because New York State mandatory retirement, mandatory health insurance alone increased about $4 million. We're limited to a $500,000 increase. Budget and get that to you as soon as possible for your work. Regarding all things nuclear, we've been working on 2 fronts. One, to get the zero emission credits program renewed. That is what makes our plants viable, keeps them operating and employing people, helping our economy. That's going to be critical to keep those plants open. And it's also going to be critical to be able to attract a new nuclear plant, which is the other initiative we're working on. We've been attending nuclear meetings around the state the last couple of weeks, making contacts with the nuclear industry, with the state agencies that are going to have decision-making power over this, advocacy groups. It's all a very optimistic environment right now. This is something real that could very, very well happen and happen here. Oswego County, as we pointed out in these meetings, as a place where this could happen. So all signs look good. The firm we hired to represent us in lobby in Albany has also been attending these meetings and at these conferences. So I was pleased to see them really taking an active role in this. I added a new section to the report regarding NISAC and my role there because I wanted the committee to know, have an idea of what kind of time or resources this role does take. Hopefully it's not going to be too much. But I also wanted you to know that anything that I do with NISAC, any traveling or time or any expenses are not being borne by the county. NISAC pays. We're not helping what I do for that. And it also will show you how types of things I'm involved in that can benefit. Other than that, just a lot of troubleshooting, fire putting out meetings and planning for, trying to find better ways to do things, like, been meeting with, transportation, DSS, and health, and finding ways to make our transportation obligations in those departments more efficient and perhaps in the long run save us. Other than that, anything that you see in the report, feel free to ask me a question now or later. Next thing I wanted to point out, I handed out this document compiled by NISAC on sales tax report. I wanted to draw your attention to page, it takes time to read through, there's a lot of good information in it, but on page 6, you'll see a map of the state and the breakdown of the winners and losers in sales tax. This doesn't happen very often to us, but you see Oswego County is dark. That means we're one of the top counties that saw increases in sales tax revenues in the reporting period for this report. So that's good news for us. Next thing I wanted to point out was on page 11, which has a table that shows sales tax collections due to the relatively new state law that requires sales tax on internet sales that went into effect in 2019 or 20. And you'll see that since then, internet sales tax has brought us about $25 million that we weren't getting before. That works out to about $5 million a year. Next thing I wanted to draw your attention to was page 34 is a specific breakdown for Oswego County showing you the top 20 sources of sales tax in our county and how it has changed since then.
It's changed since this?
It's changed, no, it's changed since 2024. It shows you the changes.
Yeah, I
24 to 25.
I looked, when you sent this email to us, I did dive into it. Yeah.
And when, one thing to keep in mind as you look at this, the state changes from time to time definitions of these categories, which may explain some. Described in the beginning of this section. Thought that might be interesting for people to take a look at. Lastly, of course, the big news out of Washington is the federal shutdown. I told our departments to determine if there is any immediate impact to us. Immediate, no. I think that if this shutdown lasts longer than this month, we're going to start seeing some negative impacts from federal money that and reimbursements that normally come to us starting to slow down or being delayed. So hopefully they can fix this problem sooner rather than later. If it goes on too long, we're going to start to see cash slip out. What I handed out was a general update on how shutdown can affect counties and the particular programs that are going to get hit first if this lasts much longer. There's also some concern right now. There was an announcement by the federal government this week of a reduction in Homeland Security funding for states and counties. New York State takes a big hit, and we are going to lose, this stands about $150,000 in emergency management. It's equivalent of about 20% of the budget. So hopefully that can get worked out. And yeah, I think that's it. If anybody has any questions or see me ask now or see me.
Thank you, Phil. Anybody have any questions for Phil right off? Okay, moving on. Treasurer Gardner?
Good stuff. Yes, and basically the sales tax, as they pointed out, the ministry pointed out, we're up $3 million over last year. So going and keep reporting it, and hopefully it'll stay strong. Copy in front of you as well as with the reserve analysis. And I do want to mention that I did bring a special person today to the meeting. And if you haven't seen her, she's been busy down in a very small office. So, I asked her to, I remember mentioning it to your committee last month, but I bring you something this month. Questions obviously always bring them up, and,
All right, so our general fund balance ended at 57.9 million. That's the page of the graph that we put through that. On page 4, we have our general fund, the solid waste fund, ended at 4.3. The county road fund ended at 1.2. The road machinery fund was at 36,000. Capital projects was at 12.8. And then the self-insurance fund, the workers' comp was 2.4, and health insurance was 2.5. Next page is a layout of our capital reserves and balances again, 4. With the projects committed and the balance. You get that every month. That's just the yearly one. The next, page 6 is the amount to be raised by real property tax. Compared to 2014. Page 7 is budget revenue and appropriation. Graph 4. Page 8 is our expenditures for 2024 compared to 2023. Page 9 is comparison of revenue for 2024. Going too fast for everybody. Good. Okay.
wake up.
Page 10 is working comp. But I'm sorry, it's the health fund and workman's comp together. Page 11 is our sales tax from 2024, from 2020 into 2024 comparison. Page 12 is the graph. Page 13 shows sales tax, mortgage tax, and no contract for 2024. Always good if you're going up to see your constituents and like some data on that. 14 is our community college chargeback for 2024 based on the 2023 and numbers.
How's that looking for this year?
Pretty close.
Pretty close to the same.
Page 15 is a graph of the community college from 2014-24. And then the last page, we have the county pool valuation and generic tax rate compared through 2016.
Which is nice to see that drop, your tax rate. And over. I do want to mention that, I am, with this format, Deloitte Touche, actually the accounting firm, has a pretty neat system. I've been looking at, there's information that's still extrapolated out of it. It's questioned, so, because it's AI formatted. And, we'd like to have something that's really something you can push button and have it execute right at that moment. And, instead of having to run to that screen. And it's probably pricey, but I'm just, like I said, I'm researching it now until AI gets a little bit more efficient. That will, that'll improve, obviously, the way this is presented. You can actually do videos, and you can describe this in 5 minutes or 30 minutes with 2 AI individuals talking like a news. Then they show, it's pretty amazing. They do it for, nuclear plants down there. So it's really neat. But again, right now, this is it, and hopefully they get to 80%. If they got this 80% correct, then it'd be nice to come to
Just a question on community college. Right now in the preliminary 26 budget, you've got the same number, 4.7 billion. Given that this is 4.8, are you going to want me to take that up, or you want to pick up?
Usually, probably too long, but, sometimes I'll look at the processing of that. Maybe too bad. All right, I'll do that. Okay. That's great. But other than that,
And I say it every year, you two champion the, making sure that the college, what we were paying was legit, legal, and making sure that it was done properly. That's something that's been a crown on our feathers for years. We appreciate everything you've done with that. Continue with that.
I'll have to give her accolades because it's incredible with the staffing situation. We went out, and I thank the committee for allowing me to go see if we can find somebody. We interviewed 5 people, and one of them had government accounting experience. Which is great to interview the amount of people we did, but then now you have a hurdle of trying to find somebody that has government accounting. And I pulled up on chat again about how many people should run if you had a company of 250. How many would you have in your accounting? And they said between 8 and 10, 5 of them would be accountants. We had 2 all year. We just recently brought some on board. Lucky, but we use the individuals we can, and they do super, and we'll just keep going, and hopefully there'll be a market for accountants. I think we can go out and have some.
Oh, don't worry. He always goes to work, just gets it out of the printer.
No comment. But I agree. I agree.
Anything else, Kevin?
No, good.
On to purchasing.
Okay, I passed out 2 reports. One is the status report of the RFPs and bids, the ones that are open under evaluation, waiting for committee approval, legislative approval, and contracts to be completed. And the other one is just a list of statistics. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can see that I also put 2024 totals, so we well surpassed that to date for 2025. And if anybody looks at it and has some questions, they can send them later.
Thank you, Riley. Very, very good. Appreciate it. Anybody got anything else before we, got a first by legislator Walpole, second by legislator Laughlin. All in favor? Any opposed? Carries. Thank you.